No cosmological essence could ever distort the vapid truth hidden within your subtle subtext. Text. Slap away all parables, all fables. They no longer serve you. They no longer deserve you. They no longer deserve you or your truth. Hello everyone, Ryan here. So I was recently tagged by Cody of Pimp Book Review. He's a pretty cool guy, he's got a pretty cool channel. Of course, I'll leave a link down below. He recently tagged me to do the Badass Poetry 101 tag. And of course I looked into it. I believe this tag was created by the guys at Stripped Cover Lit. Of course, I'll leave a link to their channel as well. And that's where I got the questions from their video. So, get right into it here. Number 1, Sylvester Stallone, a self-made original who's been doing it for decades. What is the first poem you remember? For me, that would be The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. I believe the first time I read it was either in 4th or 5th grade in class. And of course I didn't understand it much, but it sounded cool. And then I later saw a Halloween episode of The Simpsons in which Bart portrayed the Raven, and Homer was the guy who was eventually driven mad by the Raven. So it's also a pretty good Simpsons episode. Number 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's easy to be captivated by Herculean stature combined with boyish charm. What was your first favorite poem? Again, that would be The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Number 3, Bruce Lee, The Standard, hard to argue with this level of excellence. What is the greatest poem you've ever read? For me, that would definitely have to be Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Now also too, Leaves of Grass is also considered to be a collection of different poems. But I don't know, I guess I kind of count the entire thing as Leaves of Grass. But there is one exact poem that's just titled Leaves of Grass, so definitely that would be it for me. Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Number 4, Jackie Chan. Starring in approximately 4 movies a year since the 1920s. It's impossible to avoid the Chan Man. What poet have you read the most from? So again, my answer would be Walt Whitman. Number 5, Terry Crews, an underutilized potential superstar. Who is a poet you would like to read more from? Okay, now my answer for this would be Vincent van Gogh. Now, of course, it's obvious Vincent van Gogh was more well known for being an artist, painter, even, you could say, somewhat of a sculptor. But I read, a while ago, I read an interesting biography on Van Gogh, and had excerpts from various letters that he had written to his older brother, or younger brother, I forget. Well, letters he written to his brother Theo, and I gotta say, a lot of what he wrote to his brother was done in a very poetic manner. So, to me, I mean, they kind of read kind of like poetry. And not only that, he was also heavily influenced by a lot of poets from his time. So, number 6, Charlize Theron, a woman whose presence and authority goes unquestioned out of sheer bad-assedness. Who is one female poet that you feel deserves more attention? For me, the only name that came right to my mind right away was Sylvia Plath. Even though obviously now a lot of people know or have heard the name Sylvia Plath. But I guess for me, I would have preferred it if, I believe she deserved more attention when she was still alive. as is the case with a lot of writers, poets, artists, creative people in general. So, number 7, Donnie Yen, a supernova in a foreign action scene. Whose ageless poetry are you only familiar with through translation? For me, that would be the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. I've read that a couple times. First time I didn't really read the whole thing through, but the second time I did. And yeah, I'd say I'm more familiar with that through translation. Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. Number 8, Christian Bale. He's Batman. What's the best poetry collection you've ever made it through? And again, it would have to be Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. For me, I don't know, the first time I picked it up and even just read the first couple of poems, they really struck a chord with me, so, there you go. Those are the questions for Badass Poetry 101 tag. And I guess now it's time for me to tag some other people. First, I'm going to tag Roya Eve from Roya Eve Reads. She's another cool booktuber. Of course, I'll link to her channel as well. She seems to have a pretty good grasp on classic literature, so I believe that might also include poetry. I don't know. So, and then I also want to tag Jordan, also known as the Bookie Babe. And last person I'm going to tag will be, I believe, is Jen. Sorry if that's not your first name. Jen from Batman Reads books, something like that. Batman Reads. Of course, I'll link to their channels. So yeah, that'll do it for this tag video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to all the new recent subscribers. I definitely appreciate it. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, keep it real. Keep on rocking. Peace.